Hey you guys, I wanted to share and break down my MEPS experience for you and add to the plethora of MEPS experiences that are already online. Day one, my recruiter dropped me off outside the front door of the MEPS building. First thing they do, they line you up according to whether you're shipping out that day or what branch you're going to be going into. After that, they ask if anybody's got any weapons on them or whatnot because you're about to walk in through some metal detectors. We had a guy that brought a knife. I don't know why the hell you would bring a knife to a federal building, but anyway, they confiscate that. They gave it back to him, I believe, later on, but either way, just don't bring a weapon to the federal building. You walk in through the front door, 5 at a time, and then you each walk through the metal detectors and you head to a table where a guy has a list of everybody's name and what branch they're going into. Basically, just a quick little check-in, make sure you are where you need to be. So you check. They tell you to line up along the wall, or line up along a wall behind the guy, shoulder to shoulder, facing forward. He'll give you a quick briefing on what you're going to do before you enter, basically like the common room where the control desk is and everything. Don't have your hands in your pockets. Don't be like all fidgety, moving around and shit. Just stand there, listen, do exactly what the guy says. Afterwards, you turn, single file line. You follow the guy into the main room. Follow him exactly. Don't try and cut through chairs. Don't do anything. If he walks in a figure eight pattern, follow in a figure eight pattern. Don't try and cut a corner. He'll catch you. He'll yell. Maybe not too bad because they're not like intense at MEPS, but still, just don't do it. Just follow exactly how he does it. It's burn your brain off. Don't anticipate shit. They say it all the time. One is mostly for just some processing and the ASVAB. I took the ASVAB in my recruiter's office, so all I had to do was a 15-minute verification test when I got down to MEPS, so did a lot of sitting around. Get prepared to do a lot of sitting. After you take the ASVAB, you go into a 120 question, it's more of like a personality, what kind of person are you kind of questions. Which kind of weird questions seem to set you up for failure a little bit, but it'll all work out. Just pick the best answer and it's fine. Like, you're not going to be disqualified for answering incorrectly or anything. Like, it's not a correct or incorrect kind of test. Don't be on your cell phone unless if you're in the designated cell phone game room. Like, don't think that since you're in the bag room and you don't see anybody, you don't think they see you, I can use my phone in here. They will see you. They will yell at you. Don't use your phone unless if you are in the designated cell phone area. Like, all this stuff, it's very simple. Like, don't even stress. It's very easy. They tell you exactly what to do. Just do it. You get a briefing before going on to the shuttle, which takes you to the hotel. When you get to the hotel, the guy driving the shuttle will tell you, okay, go find the conference room. You go find the conference room. The hotel in Seattle was very nice. Very nice pool that you don't get to use because apparently the chlorine fucks with your skin. But go to the conference room, and they give you a briefing on what you can and can't do at the hotel, which is basically you can't do shit. It's about the same story as the MEPS building. Like, just don't do anything. Don't swim. If you leave to go across the street to like the 7-Eleven or something like that, or whatever's outside your hotel in your area, you're going to have to sign out, and then when you come back, you're going to have to sign back in. Go to sleep early because it's going to be an early morning. I think they sent us a wake-up call at like 4:45 or something like that, and went down to breakfast. We had about like 15-20 minutes to make it down to breakfast, I believe, and then you have about 15-20 minutes to eat breakfast. Oh, and you get dinner the night that you get there, and the food's actually really good, so that's a plus. Hey, free food, right on. But anyway, the next morning breakfast, it's like 15-20 minutes to eat, but it's plenty of time. You'll be sitting there for a second, like, unless if you're seriously the slowest eater on planet Earth, which I thought I was, but there's people that are even slower, so that's another win for me, right? Another briefing. Start noticing a pattern here. Brief, move, sit on your ass. Brief, move, sit on your ass. Like, that's pretty much the three-step combo that they're going to be incorporating everything in the MEPS experience. So you shuttle back to the MEPS building. Um, Similar to day one, you sit outside in the freezing ass cold if you're in a place like Seattle, um, and they line you up according to your branch. 5 at a time into the building, walk through the metal detectors. I don't know if you stand along the wall the second time. I actually kind of forget. Um, but it doesn't matter. You do the same thing to get back to the common room, I guess. And once there, day 2 is for the physical, right? So again, some more sitting around, waiting, listen for your name if they call it, go to where you need to be. So before the physical, you move to a room where they give you a briefing. It's like 30, 45 minutes, depending on if some people in the class are in the classroom are asking dumb questions, or if they can't read, which was the case for us. We had a guy that couldn't understand English or something. It was really weird. But anyway, that guy slowed us up quite a bit. You're filling out forms very similar to ones you should have filled out with your recruiter. Are you in good health? Yes or no. Do you have scoliosis? Like whatever those questions were, right? Fill them out exactly how you did, and with your recruiter. Right? You don't really need to ask, oh, I had a concussion when I was in middle school. Do I put it down? It's going to be the same answer every single time. Like, yeah, just put it down. Just put it down. We'll deal with it later. Just put it down. Like, no, you won't be disqualified. Just put it down. Like, like this guy's gone. Like, just it'll be the same answer every single time. Just put it down. So don't even ask. So after the briefing, you go and do your stations. So exactly like how you've probably done before in your life. You get your blood drawn, just a small amount, very quick. Audiology, test your hearing. Optometry, see how your vision is. Blood pressure test, they just hook you up to the machine. Good, not good, whatever. And I almost forgot the urine sample. That shit was pretty hilarious. So they take you into this restroom, like 6 people at a time, and for the guys, they've got 3 urinals on each side. There's like a little middle area, and the guy will just stand right in the middle and have all 6 people turn 45 degrees and face him so he can stare at 6 dicks at a time pissing into a urinal. And it just cracks me up just thinking about the reality of the situation. Like, that guy's job is doing that, and that's just funny to me. And you go see the doctor for the first visit, and he will go over your results and stuff, and he'll just ask you a couple questions. I think he's mostly doing a psychological analysis and make sure you're all there mentally. You'll be out of that room pretty damn quick. Then you sit along a wall. Yet again, you wait. And for the guys, I'm not sure if it's different for the females, but I imagine it's probably the same, but you just do your shit in a different room or something. But the guys, they had like 6 of us at a time go into a room where they stripped us down to our boxers, and then we had to do height and weight check, and then a couple of kinesthetic exercises, lunges. They made us do this duck walk thing. Very easy. Balance on one foot. They check the bottoms of your feet, check both sides of your hands. They're looking for scars. They might ask you a question or two about your scars. I think they're just looking to see if you've had any major surgery done. For the most part, some of the people will seem pretty buddy with you, try and get you to talk, like, try and get you to slip up on anything you might have lied about on your forms that you filled out and whatnot. Either way, like, whatever, just answer however you want to, and try not to lie about anything. I'm not gonna find out if you do, like, so don't worry about the whole like pressure thing when they go like, oh, under penalty of perjury, like, like they're not gonna catch you in shit unless if you tell them. But don't lie about something if you've got some crazy like heart condition or something, because nobody wants you to go to boot camp and fucking drop. Like, nobody wants to deal with that, and I'm sure you don't want to either. You meet up with the doctor again, and he'll either clear you and be like, all right, yeah, you're good to enlist, and you kind of check out in the physical area and then go to your recruiter, well, not your recruiter's office, but your branch's office in the MEPS building. It's right off of the common room, and you'll discuss jobs and whatnot, or at least we did for the National Guard. Got to choose the job, and they told me exactly what day I'm shipping out, where I need to report for drill weekends, like all that shit. Like they had everything lined up. Make sure anything that you talked about with your recruiter is in that contract before you sign it, because once you sign that, it doesn't matter what the fuck they promised you. If it's not in that contract, they do not, and more than likely will not, abide by it or give you whatever it is you think you are due. My guy for the National Guard, he went over the contract very thoroughly for me, so fortunately I didn't have to read the thing front to back or anything like that. And then, yeah, you get to swear in, and congratulations in advance if that's the case for you, because that's a pretty cool experience. If not, I feel for you, and that sucks. But hopefully any condition that stopped you from enlisting that day is something that's not serious, and hopefully it didn't disqualify you. Like for instance, blood pressure. If your blood pressure is a tad bit high that day, they'll have you go back home to like your family doctor or walk-in clinic and make you do 3 consecutive days with that doctor of blood pressure checks just to make sure you're good. And then that'll basically give you your ticket back to MEPS, and then you just walk in, the doctor checks your blood pressure there, and if you're good to go, then it's like, all right, cool, you're ready to enlist. But yeah, anyway, so MEPS overall, don't stress it. It's nothing crazy. And so some points to take away here. Again, don't bring any weapons to the federal building. That should be common sense, but somebody's going to mess it up. So don't bring weapons. Do exactly what they say. Don't do what they don't say. Just, it's very simple. Shut your brain off. Don't think too much. Something as simple as, a guy in my group, a guy picked up a pen that was on the floor. I highly doubt the guy, the like instructor guy or whatever, like I highly doubt he even knew the pen was on the floor, but he still yelled at the kid like, "Don't pick that up," and it's like, holy shit, like this guy's serious, and of course the kid like, oh, like my bad, but no, seriously, don't even pick up a pen on the floor, like unless if somebody tells you to. Like, don't do anything, try not to even sneeze, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad, but it's very simple. If you have any questions that for some reason you think might have not been covered in this video, like just write them in the comments. I'll get back to you, but that's basically it. There's not a whole lot to it. Very simple shit.